Watch TV.
Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of the Youth Avenue. I'm your host, 𝐘𝐿𝐶. So today we are going to have a discussion with two gentlemen who happen to be the leaders, or let me say the team leads, for their division of Ghana Youth Leadership Academy. I'll introduce them to you very shortly, so stay tuned. So I have here with me Gabriel and Abdulaziz. I'll let them mention their full names and who they really are. So Gabriel, you are welcome to the Youth Avenue.
Thank you, madam. I'm Gabriel Nabel Bazimwomit.
Bazimwomit.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
And I am the treasurer for the academy.
Okay.
Our group.
Okay.
Yeah. So our leader, he's a nurse, and he was on duty this morning. Me myself, I'm not on duty this afternoon, but
yeah,
I have to make time to come.
Here, yeah. And we are glad you made it.
Yeah, and then we also have a leader amongst us.
Okay.
Franklin Ayanki.
Okay.
And for one reason that she couldn't come.
Okay.
And then my other colleague is, I think you mentioned his
name. Abdulaziz, we've met before actually. We had a show here, so you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Right,
I'm also Abdulaziz Adamu. I am the organizer for the Western Region and Central Region team.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so the team is Ghana Youth Leadership Academy.
Sure. Okay,
Gabriel, I'd like you to tell us a bit about this academy and then how long you've been in existence.
Oh, okay. So the Ghana Youth Leadership Academy is a branch of Lead Afrique.
Okay.
And it is an NGO that has a funding from Sweden.
Okay.
So what they do is that they are interested in training youth so that in the next 10 years to come, we are going to have a new brand of leaders taking up positions in society. And then we'll have to do away with the old way of doing things, the corruption, abandoned projects, and So what they do is that they take leaders from various institutions.
Okay.
So for example, you go to university, you have the SRC president. You go to the nursing faculty, you have the GYMTA president. And then you also have other leaders from other organizations, like Fix the Country, you have people from there. And then me, myself, I'm a nurse, so I am representing the Professional Association of Psychiatric Nurses.
Okay.
I'm a national organizer. And that's how come I was able to go to the academy to be trained on how to lead well. Not only that, they also, as part of the program, they assign mentors to each and every one of us.
Okay.
So this year, we were about 40 youth leaders that they assembled this year. So as part of the program, we normally do a project. And this year, the project is nationwide. So we chose to look at abandoned projects in the country.
Okay.
Not
all across the country.
All across the country. And let me be quick to say that we are not looking at the last 80 years. People would think maybe we are doing political something.
Okay.
20 years coming. So we have projects spanning from 2016 coming all the way to 2020 or 2024.
Okay.
So we are speaking to all these projects so that those in authority will find reason to complete those projects.
Okay.
So that is why we are here.
Okay.
So it is an advocacy group that we are doing.
And how long has the group been in existence?
We are the third cohort.
Okay.
Yeah, we are the third batch.
Oh.
So 3 years down the lane.
Okay, so how is the selection of the members made? Is this something that you need to apply to be part of, or?
Okay, I was chosen, my association leader, she went there last year.
Okay.
So she recommended, I think the organizers, they have a way of getting to the leadership of various institutions. So they'll call you.
Okay.
If you're able to make time, then you come. And you don't pay anything. It's free.
Okay.
It's free.
Okay. Abdulaziz, let me hear your voice. Yes. Which people have you partnered with? Has this organization partnered with so far on this project?
on this project, we are looking at it from several fronts. So currently, we've been able to go to the grounds to interact with some of the affected people, or let me say affected institutions. So, for instance, Methodist SHS, we're able to reach out to some of their authorities for them to give us insights as to how long those kind of projects have been abandoned. Aside that too, we also looked at some duty bearers, people in authority. So this project is not a one-day thing, but it's a 6-month thing. So with this, we intend to engage with several stakeholders, people within the educational system. So we are looking at someone like the educational director for Western Region here, the regional minister, and also anyone that we think with the results that, or with the data that we are having, the person will be of great impact, such that when the person speaks, we can have the results that we anticipate to get.
And so what are some of the projects that you see to be abandoned in the country currently?
The projects, they are numerous. They are numerous. Majority of them, they fall under the educational sector. So I can just mention a few to you.
Yeah,
so
that'll be great.
When you go to Methodist, so let me start with Methodist SHS, for instance. We have this project that started in 2011, July 2011, with a contract cost of 2.6 million Ghana cedis. And currently it's 35% complete. So how is that possible? And not only that, the same thing when you go to Diabeni SHS, another 2011 project is there with a contract cost of 2.5 million Ghana cedis, and it is 17% completed. If you go to Archbishop Porter's Girls Senior High School, we have a dormitory block, a 3-story dormitory block. Those who started in 2010, and it's 54% complete as we are speaking. There are numerous of them, and with this, you realize that it's over a decade, and things like this, they have not yet been completed. There are numerous projects that I can mention. I have more than 100 projects here if I am to continue. So, for instance, if you go to Ahanta West Municipal, we also have construction of a 6-unit classroom block with ancillary facilities. It's at Agudan Kwanta.
So this is still based in the educational sector?
Yes, within the educational sector. We have it started in 2016 with a contract cost of 350,000 Ghana cedis. It's 35% complete. When you go to Jomoro Municipal, you have the construction of a community-based health planning services compound. And forgive me if I don't mention, it's at Alowule. It started in 2019 with a contract cost of 324,000 Ghana cedis. It's still at the Gabo level.
Is it only me, or there's something about, like, I don't know, government of Ghana? We don't start things and then complete.
Well, you know, all these things, there are a lot of factors that come in. It's political will is there, and sometimes to probably due to improper planning, we are not able to get the needed finance to finish these things. But looking at the span, I mean, how can you have a project that started more than a decade and it's still not complete?
It looks intentional.
Exactly.
Or probably the money, the finances has been squandered already, so we leave it just like that.
Exactly. Wow. But as a country, we can move along this path. There has to be
It wouldn't help. It wouldn't help. And I'm glad the youth of Ghana, or there is an organization like that is going to help us, you know, look into all of these things so that we make sure that these projects are completed. Yeah, it's actually a good initiative. So, Gabriel, what do you have to add to that regarding the abandoned projects?
For the projects, we can't finish all of them. There are plenty. If I look at Nzima East Municipal Assembly, there is this project, construction of a 4-unit kindergarten block for Methodist School. And they started 2018. That's 10th November 2018. And that's it is at Axim. 80% completed. and they spent 41,000. Since then,
That's it.
it has been abandoned. And I can go on and on. If I come to even Mpoho District Assembly, there is a construction of 10-seater toilet facility with a mechanized borehole water system. That's at Trebom, abandoned. The same Mpoho District Assembly. Construction and completion of 16-seater toilet facility with a 2 drill borehole and 2 overhead water storage tanks. Abandoned. And they spent a whopping amount of 326,259 Ghana cedis. They've abandoned it. So the community members, how are they going to maybe ease themselves in a respectable manner? So they resort to open defecation, and this can result in cholera, outbreak of these kind of diseases, and the government will still have to come in with resources to waste money. Not only that, there's also another. So let me leave that site, and then I come to another district, Shama. Shama district. There's also a construction of lower Nchabai markets with Culvert and Lorry Park. That's phase 1, Lot 3, lower Nchaban. They started in 2016. That's 4th July 2016. Superstructure level. That is the level it has gotten to. And they spent 344,741 Ghana cedis. That money has gone down the drain. So in case, assuming they are coming to start it all over, they have to do
different.
Yes, and we can't continue like this. Understand? All these monies, it is the taxpayer that is suffering. And this government will come, do something small, get their kickbacks, abandon it, then go to different districts, do something. So they will cutting salt, they will littering everywhere with salt cutting. You understand? Just to get their 10%, their 20%, and then they leave it. And they know they can't finish. They just start
working on it again when it's getting closer to election, because they need you to re-vote them back into power.
Exactly.
So we can't continue like this. You understand? So we want the government to at least consider the taxpayer that we are suffering. It is our money that they are using to do all these things. So if you even want to do something, you know that, okay, I can't do 20 projects, but maybe I can do 5. Do the 5 and complete it. Do the 5 and complete it. Instead of just littering everywhere with projects just to get votes. Understand? So it is really worrying situation. The same Shama. There is also, if you go to 𝐾𝐜𝐶 Methodist, that's kindergarten. There's the construction of a 3-unit classroom block with ancillary facilities. 2016, that they started it. And it is at the roofing level. They spent 180,882.45 Ghana cedis. Roofing level. There's another one at finishing level.
And it's also been abandoned, like?
Yes, abandoned. This is 2016. 2016 coming, abandoned. Rehabilitation of 6-unit classroom block, Shama Methodist Primary, 2016, finishing level, they've left it. Rehabilitation of 6-unit block, Lot 5, the first one was Lot 3, this is Lot 5. Shama Model DA Primary, finishing level.
I can see how long the list is.
It's plenty.
Yeah. So right now, let's see. What are the effects of these abandoned projects on the communities and even in the country as a whole? Abdulaziz, can you help me?
The effects, they are numerous. They are numerous. So looking at all these budgets, what is it telling us? Number 1, we are wasting resources, time and energy. Number 2, these things, if they are able to be completed, they can boost economic growth. Because when it comes to infrastructure, it is very helpful in boosting that kind of economic growth. So even, let's say, if you are having an SHS facility that is fully constructed, the indirect jobs that will come in, it will be good. Looking at all these educational projects, what we will say is that it's going to enhance our education. Ghana, for some time now, when you look at our education budget, it is dropping. So globally a global amount or percentage that they invest in infrastructure is around 18%. But Ghana, we fall below and we are 12%. So meaning we are not even investing that much into that kind of education. But we know that when we have these facilities coming on board, it's going to ease access.
Yeah.
So Shama, for instance, even yesterday there was a report by TV3, and for instance, you have a community, you go to a community where they are running 4 different class shifts.
Yeah.
Due to what? Access. They have the structures that are there, but they are not completed. So students cannot use them.
Yeah.
It affects the access to, and it goes on to affect the entire educational chain.
Yeah.
So it affects us as a country, and therefore we need to take numerous serious steps in addressing these kind of things.
Okay.
Yes.
And to add to what my colleague said, employment.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are a lot of teachers at home that have completed teacher training college or even the universities. Those are done education at university level. They are done, but they are sitting at home. Nowhere for them to do. So if these uncompleted school buildings are done, can we push there to do?
Yeah.
And then there are also a lot of cheap compounds.
Yeah.
There are nurses that have completed school.
Yes, 10 years they are still in the house. They're not getting anything to do. Yeah.
You understand? It's a very big problem.
Yeah.
You complete nursing training college, you do your national service 1 year, then you come and sit in the house. For about 5 years, you're not getting a job.
Yeah.
And you are expected to work professionally when you are posted. Forgetting that nursing is a skill. Those skills that you acquire during your training, due to children of decay, you are going to lose it. You go to hospital, you are giving birth injection, then you are complaining. You understand? And then, I'm not doing politics, but look at this double track system. If these schools are also completed, do you not think that the double track system will be nipped in the bud? It will be done. Yeah. So we are just pleading that with the government to do the right thing, and then pay attention, give priority to where it is due, and complete this abandoned project because it is not helping.
Yeah. Okay. So then, Gabriel, how can the youth or like the general public, I don't know how to put this, how do we get hold of the government to do what is needed to do? The government or the people in charge of all of these projects?
I think, I'm not being radical, but I think we are not angry enough. Yes, that's the truth. We are not angry enough. And that's why politicians, they've taken for granted.
Yeah.
So, of course, we can't go and prohibit them using the, but we can speak to it as we are doing. So we can do advocacy so that we draw their attention to it. So and there are so many ways you can do advocacy. Some through demonstrations. And I know that in Ghana or in Africa here, the best way the government listens is through demonstrations. So we'll continue to speak. And
now we are demonstrating and the police have been decided to come and block us and all of that. So it happens like it becomes difficult. Like they are stopping everything that you are doing. They are stopping everything that you are doing. They I don't know, they feel like you don't have to go here. Where you want to demonstrate to, they don't let you go there.
Yeah, it is all because of politics. NDC will come, they'll control the police. NPP will come, they'll control the police. So NDC, they are complaining that the police are not doing well. When they come, it's going to be the same thing. You get it? I listened to a senior police officer, Agojo. I've forgotten his rank. Maybe I hope you can forgive me. You know, he was talking about how the police hierarchy is being done. You know, the vice president is the chairman of the police council or something. You understand? So, if the IGP wants to do something, and the vice president calls him that, hey, don't do you think he will not listen? do you think he will not listen?
Well, you're right.
If
we are not angry enough.
We are
if
not
we are
angry
angry enough, all these security personnel will come together with the general public for us to fight for what is to be done in the country.
Yes.
But then we are doing it. If the people are doing it, the police, the security personnel will be blocking them. So, I mean, nobody wants to die. Nobody wants to die out.
Yes, it's because we don't come out in our numbers. So imagine there's a protest. 500 people are coming out to protest.
Yeah. And
we have a police machinery of about 1,000. They can be able to deal with you.
Yeah.
But then when there's a protest, we all understand that in Ghana, the youth, we're about 12 million, over 12 million. So imagine 1 million is coming out. Can they do that? No. So we've seen it happen in Kenya. It can happen in Ghana. So, but what is drawing us back is the fact that when there's an issue, instead of us to address the issues, we tend to play it political. Oh, this one is this one is being influenced by this. This person is being influenced by this. But the central question we should ask ourselves is, what is the objective? As people, God has given us the faculties of thinking and understanding. And when you see something, you know this one is wrong. Whether it's NDC or NPP, it is wrong. So with the police coming in to intimidate people and those, I feel that we are not rising up. Once we rise up, and just as he mentioned, once we continue to talk about these things, action will be taken. So it can be through this kind of advocacy that we are doing. And as young people, we should also petition institutions. So if, for instance, I am the educational director, and within a month, I've received 3 petitions mentioning that this project has to be worked on. This project has to be worked on. The following month, a different one is coming in. That pressure will let you act, because you know that, yes, the people now, they are informed and they want things to happen. But as long as we don't talk about some of these things, or we don't express interest, then they will not also mind us.
Going back to the abandoned project, recently I saw there's a video of a chief who went ahead, I don't know whether to construct their road or something, and I learned he's been arrested. Like, what's your take on that?
It's very bad. It's very bad. I don't think it is appropriate. Because if I am a chief in my traditional area, probably I've come to you to assist me, and then I'm not getting the support. So if I organize my own community members and we decide to construct a route, why should you come and stop me?
Don't you think that if all the chiefs in the various communities are to do what this very person did, it will go a long way to help with the development of the country?
Yeah, it should.
Because just as he has done, let's say the chief of, I don't know, Mpoho, I don't know if they have a chief like that, he also organizes people, they also start, construction of their road, some facilities that they need. Because, one thing that Ghana, we have to actually rise up to is, we don't vote people into power to come and construct these toilet facilities for us, to come and build these boreholes and then all of that for us. There are bigger projects that they need to undertake. But then, you see, when they come, they just come and tell us, especially the villages, they go there and be like, if you vote me into power, I'll come and construct this for you. And they are happy because they don't have it. So if the chiefs were to, be in a good position or allowed, or let me say permitted, to go ahead with these projects, I think it would go a long way to help with the development of the country. You go to every community and the place is clean, neat, because there is a chief there.
Yeah, and you just draw my attention to something. When you go to Domahene, right? Domahene. Now, or see a do or something. You see, he's a lawyer, and he's also a paramount chief of Doma. You see him cleaning gutters, desilting gutters, and weeding. But other chief, what do they do? You understand? And I think some of the chiefs too, they've allowed themselves to use their politicians. And that is why some of them, they are treated like that.
And some too are scared to be treated the way this very one is being treated. I mean, he trying to help the community and then they arresting him and then all of that. So no other chief would like to, find himself in that position. They wouldn't like to go for them to be arrested. So they would rather stay in their comfort zones and then enjoy what they're enjoying.
Well, I think one thing we have to also look at is the law, what the law says. Because you can try to do something that is good, but if it's not within the law, there will be issues. So with some of these things that we are talking about, ideally, it is the district assemblies that are to ensure that some of these things, they are being done. Because they are giving that kind of mandate. So we should allow those institutions to work. Once we allow them to work, the chiefs, with that one, what our advice is that maybe we can look at making some kind of constitutional reforms to allow some of these things to happen. Sometimes this one is even different, but within a similar context. You go to an area, let's say there is a company that is there, a mining company, or probably it is an individual. The person has the capacity to construct some kilometers of road, but then they tell you that no, you can't do it on your own. Go and give the money to this institution and that institution. But we all know, if you make that mistake and send it there, it won't happen.
The money will be sacrificial.
Exactly. The money will vanish. So I don't know, why should we be doing this to ourselves? Why should we be doing that? Because if it is a mining company, they have the engineers, they have the machinery, they have everything. So why should we still restrict ourselves?
Somebody, when we heard of this issue, we were discussing at home, somebody was like, probably it's election road, That's what they are coming to tell the people to vote for them to come and do. If you vote for me, I'll construct your road for you. So if the chief goes back and then decide to construct it, they are losing votes, so they wouldn't let them.
Oh, but I feel the members of the community, the youth, when I heard the issue, I was a little bit disappointed. Because I was expecting them to react
to the
news, like to react in a way that will send a strong signal to anyone who gave that kind of instruction. Because this is for all of you, the good. And if a chief is doing this, I mean, who is going to be the beneficiary? The chief, in the next 50 years, he might not be there. But you are the one that he is taking all that risk for. So we should take it. We should take it.
Okay. All right, so we're going to continue with the discussion, right? But let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll get back into it.
Okay.
Welcome back from that short break, viewers. And on today's episode of the Youth Avenue, I'm here with Abdulaziz and Gabriel of the Ghana Youth Leadership Academy, and we are looking at the projects that they are undertaking. So before we left off, we were talking about some of the abandoned projects and then how people actually fall into trouble, get themselves into trouble in a way that, let's say, when they are trying to help with the building of our communities and all of that, they get arrested and then all of that. So right now, what specific actions, okay, Gabriel, I'm throwing this question to you, what specific action would you urge the government or the public, to take in this regard?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. I think our message is very simple. Government should fix the abandoned projects.
Okay.
They should fix our abandoned project. That's the message we are sending to the government. Because the wastage in the system is too much, and we can't afford it. Okay. Look at our debts. Over 761 billion Ghana cedis.
Oh God.
And do you know how much you are owing as a Ghanaian?
Almost 20,000 or something.
So about 22,000 Ghana cedis.
Oh, right now it's gone up again.
About 22,000 Ghana cedis. As you are sitting down, you don't have should I say a job for, you understand? You're only 22,000 Ghana cedis.
Only 22,000 Ghana cedis.
Eh?
Hey.
So we don't, the wastage is too much. They should fix our roads, they should fix the abandoned schools, they should fix the abandoned hospitals, and let people have job to do. Yeah, that is the simple message I'm sending to the government.
Okay, Abdulaziz, anything to add to that?
Yes, it's just the same thing that we are advocating for. these projects, once they are completed, they are going to serve several purposes, and it will lead to general improvement in our life. So that's just it.
Okay.
Government should complete these projects. If it is about funding, they can even look at a public-private partnership to do it. But the end goal or the objective is we want the projects to be completed.
But I want to believe that Ghana is a rich country.
We are rich.
So what is happening?
It's about leadership. That's why this whole thing about Lead Africa, or let me say GYLA, is coming into force. Because one thing that from the research that they did, they realized that the major thing affecting Ghana and Africa is leadership. So that's why
we have politicians and we don't have leaders. We can put it in that way. We have politicians, but we don't have leaders.
When you say that, I normally disagree.
Okay. Why would you disagree?
We are all politicians.
Who and who?
Each and every one of us.
I'm not a politician.
We are all politicians.
No.
Whatever decision that you are taking is based on a particular kind of influence.
Okay.
So we are all politicians. But then how we execute it is the problem. So, for instance, if you are to eat, you do politics about it.
Oh, God. You are taking it to a different angle, and I don't want to go to that angle. No. So I am talking about the people that are leading our country.
So you mean party politics?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, yes. So with that, so that's why they have to be that kind of paradigm shift.
So we need leaders to lead our country and to govern our country. We don't need politicians to govern our country. We need politicians will think about the party colors. Yeah. Leaders will think about the development of the country.
Sure.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. We need leaders for the country and then not politicians.
That's
so they should put down their political ropes and then pick up the leadership rope. That's what we need.
Exactly. And that one, it will come from our sense of patriotism.
Okay.
Putting the country first. Not the political party first. Yes.
Okay. All right. So, Gabriel, looking at the project so far, how is it going? How do you measure the rate of its success?
Our duty is to appeal to their conscience, to listen to us, and then mobilize money to do it. So it is a process. It is an ongoing process. So for now, we are still at the advocacy stage that we are still talking.
Okay.
So we are hoping that the government will give us a listening ear and then do the right thing.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So your final message to our viewers, our listeners, like the general public, everybody, and also to the government as well. What you have to say to them?
Okay. So my message to your viewers is that they should all rise up to the occasion, and they should put all fear behind them. And then it is all about Ghana. Yeah. You understand? And let me be quick to say something. You see this data that we are having?
Yeah.
We requested our data from the Central Regional Coordinating Council for over 6 months now. They've not seen a reason to give it to us. 6 months and counting.
I don't know why I'm laughing.
We don't know why they are afraid.
Yeah.
Just give us data to speak to issues, help to develop the region. They are doing bureaucracy with it. Tomorrow, the director is not there. Tomorrow, the regional minister has travel, come back. And 6 months now.
Yeah, can you not show office work?
You understand? Yeah. So we should all come together and let our voices be heard. That enough is enough. Okay. The abandoned projects that are littered all around the country, it's not helping. This government will come, do something small, go, then it is we, the taxpayer, that we are suffering. So our appeal is that government should complete all abandoned projects to help the country move forward. Yeah.
Okay. Aziz?
So my last words will be specific to Mpoho. So Mpoho, when you go to Mpoho, all their projects have been abandoned.
Okay.
All their projects. I don't know the evil they have done, but these people, they also pay taxes.
And they vote.
They also vote. So we are appealing to the government. They should ensure that they continue with those projects and then complete them. And as part of the measures to be put in place, we should, you see, when you go to the district assemblies, we have developmental plans. We should try to put it as part of those developmental plans that there should be enough monitoring to ensure that the project, once it starts, it is being completed.
Yeah.
That would be my last word.
Okay. And actually, that is all that we want for our projects to be completed, for the country to be well developed, so that we all feel at home, and then we wouldn't feel like fleeing, going to other places and then all of that. We want to enjoy the country that we are living in. So as we said earlier, please, the government, I know sometimes, you know, I wonder if the politicians and our let me give them that credit, our leaders, if they are scrolling through social media and then they come across, you know, messages like this, how they, you know, act. Sometimes I feel like they just sit and they just keep scrolling. But please, if you are to see this, don't scroll, okay? Just listen to our plea, come to our aid, help with the development. Let us finish with, let us complete the abandoned projects. It is enough, like it's too much in the country, please. And to you out there, we are going to vote this year. Don't vote for party colors, vote for policies. And if not just any policies like building of toilets and then all of these things. Open up your mind. Just open up your mind and see a bigger picture. What you want to see Ghana look like. That's what you have to focus on and then vote. So next time, this is 𝐘𝐲𝐶, your host. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.
Watch TV, promoting sustainable development.